Okay, so the idea was to take G6 and in this position show you several different ways to make different chords, right? Building off what you already know. Now, I'm putting this to the test now in measure 5, and now we're changing keys. So now we are going to the key of C, and we're doing the exact same thing that we just did for the last 4 bars or 4 lines of your tablature, right? But now we're going to do it for a C chord, and this'll really get you started to knowing, okay, I'm in this position. Now I'm going to shift to another position, and I can, depending on where I'm moving, it can give me different chords, but I need to know, have a basis. You need to have a foundation to work off of. Okay, so 12th fret is our C6 chord. And I'm going to kind of go kind of quick through this because it's the exact same things that I just showed you, but now we're switching keys. Now, move 3rd string and 2nd string down 2 frets. And that turns that C6 chord into a C minor 7th chord. It can work for that. Or a dominant 7th. Either a major or a minor because the 3rd is omitted. Okay, now if we do a slant, a reverse slant, on our 11th fret and 12th fret, 2nd string, 11th fret 1st string, 12th fret 2nd string, here's our root, and here's our flat 3rd. So 12th fret is our root, and then our flat 3rd is on our 11th fret. So here's a C major. Do a reverse slant, we flat that 3rd for a C minor chord. Same thing, here's our major 3rd and root, 5th string, 2nd string. If we do a forward slant, 1 fret to where we're on our 11th, and then 12th fret, that's a flatted 3rd, and then root. Now, remember how I said before when we were in G to move it up a minor 3rd or 3 frets and you get a minor 7th chord? Okay, so here's C6, right? Now, if we move that up 1, 2, 3 frets to our 15th fret, right? So now that's a C minor 7th chord. Okay, so just remember that. That's huge. It's super huge. If you don't know where you're at and you're like, well, I know this is C, but it's supposed to be a C minor. What do I do? Well, you could do the slants, or just move it up a minor 3rd. And then that gives you a nice C minor chord, C minor 7th to be more precise. C6. C minor 7th. Kind of cool, huh? Okay, keep going on. C minor 6th chord. We take the 6th of our chord on our 3rd string, 12th fret. Let me put this back down here. And then we flat the 3rd. Okay, same thing here, only we do an inversion of that, a flatted 3rd, 11th fret, 5th string, and then 12th fret, 3rd string. Now, that being said, if that's a weird chord, remember, that 3rd is what gives it the sound of being major or minor. So you can do an ambiguous chord that doesn't have a 3rd in it. You can play your 4th string and your 3rd string. That's the 5th of our chord and the 6th of our chord. And that'll give us, or you can do the root and the 6th and the 5th, right? If you don't hit that 3rd of the chord, that can substitute for either a major or a minor. So it could be a minor 6th or a major 6th, because it has no 3rd in it. Okay, so if we take this 12th fret, this is our C6, remember, and we move it move it down 2 frets, or so, yeah, 2 frets on our 3rd string, 2nd string, and 1st string. That's going to give us either a C9 or a C minor 9. Why do I say that? It's either major or minor because there is no 3rd in there. It's our 5th, flat 7th, and 9th of our chord. So if you're wanting to play some sort of C chord, you can go to this one, or if you want to make that C into maybe a C7 chord, that'll work great for that as well. 10th fret, just moving it down 2 frets. Okay, so moving on, 7th fret, 7th measure, I'm sorry, 7th measure. Here's our C6 chord, remember? Well, just like over that G, if we want to do a real good another type of a C major sound, we can get that moving it 5 frets down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7th fret on our 3rd string, 2nd string gives us the 3rd of our chord and the 5th of our chord. Remember, on our 3rd string and our 2nd string, 7th fret. Okay, so we're in this position now, right? Remember how we did the slant and it got us a minor chord? Well, this is the 3rd of our chord and the 5th of our chord. What do we want to do to the 3rd to make it a minor chord? We flat it. Flat the 3rd, flat the 3rd, flat the 3rd. So if you look and see that C minor chord where it's the crazy, 5th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret, remember, that's a 4-string grip. You don't have to grab the whole thing for it to be a C minor chord. Just grab any part of that, keeping in mind that that flat 3rd is what defines the sound of a minor chord. So if I grab my 3rd string and 2nd string, 6th fret, 7th fret, with this forward slant here, okay, that's going to give me that C minor sound. Now I can also put the 5th fret in there on my 4th string. A little tougher to get, but that's the root and flat 3rd. If I do 4th string and 3rd string, 5th fret, 6th fret. That gives me a nice root flat 3rd. Still works over a C minor, and I'm on my 5th fret and 6th fret on my 4th string and 3rd string. And on your tablature, it looks like 5, 6, 7, 8, right? A big long vertical thing that would be this huge kind of line here. And I know a lot of people may not watch this video and look at that and be like, "What? How do I even do that?" I'm just giving you options. What you want to do is you want to picture, here's our C chord, 7th fret, but if I do this long diagonal line, 8, 7, 6, 5, any of those notes slanted like that gives me a nice C minor chord. Right? Okay, so moving on, going up an octave. If we move all the way up here to our 19th fret, see if you can see that, 3rd string and 2nd string, 19, which would be, I guess, here. Yeah, so right there. That gives me the 3rd and the 5th of a C chord. Now, this is basically an octave up from what I just showed you. So 19, 3rd string, 2nd string. Now slant that, and that'll give me a C minor chord. And that same diagonal line